Today, I would like to talk about 3 tips to stay a little bit healthier during the holidays because we all know that the holiday times are filled with a little bit more unhealthy eating, more parties, more gatherings, and much more stress. So, I kind of want to hit on 3 different things that we can do during this time to really help optimize ourselves. So, number one is going to be managing our stress a little bit better. 88% of people report that they are more stressed during the holiday time. And that makes sense because there's lots of things to get ready for, family things, and the average person spends $1,000 on gifts and food during the holiday time. So there's, of course, lots of financial stress going on as well. So, some really great ways to lower that and manage that would be deep breathing and meditation. So, lots of times people hear meditation and they get kind of freaked out because they don't know what that entails, how long it should be, where to look, where to start, all those different things. So it doesn't have to be glamorous. I always like to tell people it's not a 30 or 45-minute necessary thing. That would be awesome. But even just 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes of deep breathing and meditation can have great impacts on lowering cortisol and really help balance your mood out. So really focus on deep belly breathing and having your exhales be longer than your inhales. That's what's going to help lower heart rate and really help manage that fight or flight response by your body. And then with meditation, there's so many apps out there that will start you off really light and slow and will teach you how to do it. There's podcasts, there's YouTube videos, all kinds of different things where you can look for resources to help you and get you started. Number 2 is going to be balancing blood sugar. So I've talked about this again in lots and lots of videos, but for this is a really good hack for when you're going to your holiday parties and your holiday gatherings. So if we start our day with a really high fat and high protein and fibery type breakfast, or just the meals that are leading up to those family gatherings or those parties, if we can have nice balanced blood sugar because we're not eating lots of different carbohydrates or carbohydrates on their own, or really refined sugary carbohydrate type foods, then if we have more of that balanced blood sugar, we don't go into those parties just being ravenous and looking for those appetizer-y, snacky foods and all the different desserts. So if our blood sugar is nice and balanced heading into the days of or even the day of those parties and those gatherings, that can be really great for helping lower the consumption of all the really, really naughty foods. Number 3 is going to be alcohol. So I know we have lots of increased alcohol intake around this time, and that's unavoidable for most people, and that's totally fine. So some tips to kind of help optimize alcohol intake. That feels weird to say, but here are some tips for that. So one would be whatever you're mixing it with, make it as low sugar as possible and preferably not diet things as well. So the club sodas or the water or, drinking things straight would be even more ideal than mixing it with sugary pop or even diet pop or the really sugary fruity drinks and simple syrups and all those different things. So the less sugar in it, the better. And then after the fact, after drinking, there are some things you can do to really optimize how you feel. Maybe prevent a hangover and different things like that. So electrolytes are a big one. Our alcohol, of course, not only dehydrates us, but it depletes a lot of our major minerals, like magnesium is a huge one. So getting electrolytes like LMNT is a really popular one. Relight I also like, and then Ultima are great options as well. Not a huge fan of the liquid IVs because of the ingredients in there. So looking for those other lower or no sugar options is much better. So electrolytes would be great to rehydrate you as well as remineralize your body. And then activated charcoal is also another great way to detoxify the effects of alcohol from the night before. So activated charcoal does a great job of binding onto toxins and then pulling them out of the body. So that can be great, right before you go to bed after drinking or even the next morning and the next day to bind up the toxins that alcohol brought in and produced. But just a little caveat with charcoal is that it will bind anything and everything. So don't take it within an hour of meds and other supplements because it will bind up that as well. Hope those help and have a lovely Christmas.